All right, I believe that we are on. Thank you very much. I want to give a big shout out here. Mike Cleff with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Bear with us on a lot of things. First of all, Steve Sanders is not with us tonight, so we're, I think, to quote the line from the movie Heart. So, again, bear with me. Kind of playing some catch up here. We have a static shot there. You heard Andy Wagner, the terrific public address announcer for Warren East Baseball. He also does Warren East Basketball and Warren East Football. And Andy is probably about 2 inches out of camera range. He's sitting in the press box right below home plate. So Andy, who's as gracious as it comes, says, please don't have my head in the background shot, and that's exactly the case. So right now, we're in the top of the second. Warren East had a scoreless top of the first inning. Then they struck for 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Andy, who's pitching for Warren East tonight? Okay, Aiden Barrick is on the mound. He's a southpaw. Got the numbers. And, again, we kind of had to scramble to get something on, but we're glad to be with you. We'll run down the live streaming options for you. Our next game is going to be tomorrow. Steve will be back with us. We will be at Greenwood for softball, as Greenwood will host Davis County. And then on Friday, we'll be at Warren Central for baseball as the Dragons host Caverna. Speaking of Warren Central, is well, he's been out on the mound here a lot for the top of the second inning. And Warren East has someone warming up in the bullpen. I believe that's Caden Morrell. So thank you very much. And again, the reason you can hear Andy Wagner in the background, we're seated about a foot next to each other. So, and again, this is a wonderful press box, but because of the fact that Steve is taking a well-deserved night off, and we'll tell you why in a moment, one of our philosophies here. I didn't want to have the camera outside with out of range. And Franklin Simpson is taking advantage of Barrick's inability to find the strike zone here. This game started at 5:30. It originally was supposed to start at 6 o'clock last night. They moved it up to 5:30, hoping to get it in before rain, and then they decided, let's just wait another day. Franklin Simpson is coached by someone that people in this area are very familiar with, Matthew Wilhite. He's a great guy as well. Of course, is in the WKU Athletics Hall of Fame. And I believe Matthew is still Franklin Simpson's athletic director as well. Anyone that talks to him, just a wonderful, wonderful level-headed man. Not only has he coached baseball for a short period of time, he was the pitching coach for WKU softball. So Andy Wagner confirmed that he is also Franklin Simpson's athletics director. And that's another walk, and it's 5-3, and you kind of feel for Aiden Barrick out here, and Coach Flippin is headed out there again. And anyone that knows Coach Flippin, wonderful guy, but he's a direct communicator, and they're going to make a pitching change. So with that, we will take a quick timeout. We'll have more Warren East baseball in just a moment. You are watching and listening to the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom! wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain.
Yep.
Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Right, welcome back to Warren East High School, the campus of the Raiders and the Lady Raiders. We're at the beautiful baseball complex here. And there's been a pitching change. Caden Morrell, of course, a lot of people are familiar with him from the basketball season. He was one of the starting guards for Kyle Benja's team that had a tremendous season, winning the 15th district. And we'll get more into this because this has been the big development for Warren East. And then advancing to the 4th region tournament. They won a game there before they lost in the semifinals to Warren County Public School rival Warren Central. And, of course, we've already talked about the Dragons going on to win the state championship. I want to congratulate the entire group out there. Principal Joey Norman, Athletic Director Jason Esters, Assistant Athletic Director Dustin Gentili, Head Coach William Unseld, his coaching staff, and there's Drake Young. He does get the double play, and that's the way to get out of the inning. That was Drake Young, I believe. Yep, nice play there by Drake, and that gets out of the inning. So after an inning and a half, Caden Morrell comes up, gets the job done with a big assist from Young. It's 5-3. Warren East after an inning and a half. We'll be right back.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Warren East High School, where the Raiders in their home opener are leading the Wildcats of Franklin Simpson 5-3 in the bottom of the second. Caden Morrell came on to get out of a bases-loaded jam as Drake Young, the third baseman for the Raiders, did a nice job turning the unassisted double play. I kind of have the privilege of knowing the Young family. I work with Drake's grandfather, Philip Young. And that ball is fouled back a little bit out of play. I might as well. You won't hear them on here, but I'll relay what they say. I'm going to ask Andy Wagner, the public address announcer in Tarsha, one word to describe Wes Sanford. I know they both like him a lot, but if you have one word, what would it be? Andy Wagner says character. That's a good one. Tarsha's pondering. We'll tell you in a moment. Of course, tell you how Wes, what he's like. Since we went on the air, Scott Thompson and I, who started this Warren County Public School Sports Network, we were out here, and Wes Sanford was not at the game, and I believe it was last year when Coach Sanford's father passed away. And he shows up in the third or fourth inning, and after the game, we got done. Warren East won the game, and there's a bouncer right there off the bat of Chase Carver, and they call him out. The shortstop makes a nice play. We'll finish that thought in a moment.
The center fielder, number 10, Trey Price.
Okay. Trey Price at bat. Rule of thumb, when there's a parent sitting within 15 feet of me, I say all really nice things. We're positive anyway. Trey Price, part of that Warren East football team that had a sensational season. Trey was a wide receiver, caught a lot of passes from quarterback Dane Parsley as Price takes a strike. And I would say this even if his mom was not sitting 15 feet away from me, but as Price lines a base hit to left center, and so with one out, Trey Price has a base hit. Every single time I've crossed paths with Trey Price, he's just an absolutely delightful, polite, respectful young man, as are every single Raiders student athlete I've crossed paths with. That football team, they had their first unbeaten regular season in 10 years, won a couple of playoffs games before getting eliminated in the region final. Finished the season 12-1 as Price steals second, gets a good jump. And see what happens here. So anyway, Trey Price, big development for Warren East football, of course, is they have a new head coach. Congratulations to Tanner Hall, who had previously served as an assistant coach. This is going to be a tough play. Nicely done as he throws out Drake Young. Trey Price advances to third, so with two outs, Price is at third base. I want to salute Jeff Griffiths for the work he did as Warren East head football coach. And Tanner Hall, I think it's safe to say, going to do a great job passing the baton. So here we are with two outs, and the batter for Warren East is Wyatt Nesbitt. He's a senior, and as you'll get to know throughout the course of the regular season that we carry Warren East baseball games, they have a lot of seniors on their roster, and they play. Now, one of the underclassmen is the one Raider on base, and that's Trey Price. He's a junior, and tonight he's starting in center field. He's no stranger to varsity experience. He earned a lot of playing time as a freshman for Coach Sanford, and that's going to be a throw out at first base. So after 2 innings, Warren East gets a runner to third. After 2 innings, the Raiders lead Franklin Simpson by a score of 5-3. We will be right back.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
Franklin Simpson. Griff Benton is at bat, and he's the Wildcats catcher. Caden Morrell starts straight out. That captured the 15th district internet connection, Wi-Fi connection, very in an emergency situation. Appreciate that very much. Warney's baseball, of course, this year, for the first year, will be competing in the 15th at the top of the third inning. They have a chance to achieve something that not a lot of schools do, and that is PrepSpin.com. PrepSpin has a Facebook and Twitter page. You can go to both of those. You can go to Roku or Fire Stick TV, and West Stanford has Coach Flippin District's website. You got to remember, Coach Flippin has full reign of pitch snap. But in my 7 years here, Warren East has had some outstanding baseball players that have gone on to compete at major colleges, as Franklin Simpson draws a walk there with 2 outs. Yep. Andy Wagner just brought up a reminder, and appreciate that very much. Ryan Hawks, who is starting pitcher for Louisville this year. Kind of a funny story about that when Ryan Hawks pitched at Warren East. When I worked at WBKO, I was there getting highlights of him pitching a no-hitter. Wes Sanford didn't coach that game because the previous game against South Florida, he got ejected, and he had to sit out the game. Well, I can tell the story later. He's sitting in the outfield off to the side to the fence outside of foul territory, and he's waving his arms, and he's telling me, whatever you do, don't show me on camera. So he got to watch Ryan Hawks, but and that ball's going to go foul. So when Andy used that one word to describe Wes Sanford as a character, that brings up a good example there. Another one that comes to mind, an outstanding baseball player, Davion Downey, who went on to play at Baylor. And my interactions with both of them, outstanding young men as well. So anyway, we have 2 strikes and 2 outs here to the Franklin Simpson batter as Caden Morrell. He's a right-hander on the mound. And that pitch is a little bit low. The Wildcats have a runner on first base. I'll double check here. I might ask Andy. I can't recall what year this is for Coach Sanford as the Raiders' head baseball coach. But he's been here a while. Yeah. Andy thinks it's 17 years. That ball's going to get down for a base hit, and that might go to the fence. It is, and that could very well score a run for the Wildcats. They hold them up at third, so the Wildcats have runners on second and third. The throw gets away, but the Franklin Simpson base runner is going to stay here. Wow, I didn't realize. So the Wildcats get a run in, and it's 5-4. This is the 3rd game of the season for Warren East. We'll try to get pauses here so Andy can make his announcements.
Right fielder, number 10, John West.
So John West, as you could hear, at bat for the Wildcats. Temperature when I got here was in the low 50s. There's definitely a breeze. This is a beautiful baseball field, and I just love the outfield fence. It, as you can tell, the fence is much higher to center field than to right field, right center, left field, and left center. Down in the corners, it's 315 feet. To dead center, it's 365. What was that, Andy? The fence? I did not know that. Andy was telling me that he has Coach Sanford has a hobby. He's a woodworker, and the entire outfield fence, Coach Sanford built and designed. I did not know that. I like learning something. Well, he's very good at it, and I mean it just looks great. And you can see 3 baseballs with numbers out there. And the one on the far right, you can't tell from the angle, but it's number 27, a young man, Tucker, who, what was that? Yeah, Tucker Stringfield. He was teammates with a lot of these current players. Andy, was his sister a catcher for Coach McKinney on the softball team? That was his cousin. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, I remember him. Yeah, absolutely. He was a good player. Andy was just saying that Tucker Stringfield's older brother, Ty, was on the 2017 team that won the district championship and, of course, advanced to the 4th region title. I just remember there's a good pitch there by Caden Morrell, and that gets out of the inning. Franklin Simpson gets a run after 2.5 innings. Warren East leading 5-4. We'll be right back here on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom!
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Okay. Courtesy of Prep Spin, and there you go. Nice job, Colton Edwards. This is going to go probably for extra bases. He rounds first, and he will head into second with a double. So the Raiders have the leadoff batter aboard. And we have a as you could hear Andy say that just a moment ago, Gage Elkins, a senior. He's a right-handed hitter. And you could tell he is very that might drop for a base hit, maybe. Oh, yeah, it is. It's going to go deep into right center, and coming in to score will be Colton Edwards. And that goes for a double for Gage Elkins, who was another key contributor on the Warren East football team. And it's 6-4, Warren East leading. Mike Cleff, Steve Sanders, we'll tell you why he's not here tonight, and I think it's great. Okay, Aiden Barrick, who started the night as the pitcher. Again, I'll go quiet here. I want to be able to let Andy make his announcements of players and any else other thing. Again, as I mentioned, see where the home plate umpire, the catcher, and the batter are standing. Well, if I pan down about 2 inches, you'll see Andy's head. And So that's why I want to give a shout out to Andy. Another player that used to play here is his son, who went on to play college baseball, and he's in a profession that I'm very partial to. Wow, what a play. What a play by Franklin Simpson's first baseman. Who was that? That was Hayden Salter. Wow. Wow. Hayden Satterley. You got to tip your cap to the opposing team on that. That was nice.
The first baseman, number 1, Braylon Lee.
Okay, so Braden Lee will now be batting for the Raiders. Bases are empty. 2 outs. Warren East has a run in this inning. They lead 6-4. Oh, okay. Is it 6-3? Okay, no problem. Okay, the scores. Okay, I stand corrected. It's 6-3. Andy's son works in media relations at Murray State University. Oh, wow. And now Andy just told me he's the new director of athletic communications. So I know Andy is a very proud father, as he should be. And his always remember attending his son's signing at the cafeteria at Warren East. That's a fair ball. Braylon Lee is going to round first. He's heading to second. So 6-3. Appreciate Tarsha telling me the score. Again, we're kind of, I'll pause for my thought here in a moment.
The left fielder, number 21, Maddox Torrance.
All right, Maddox Torrance, who was another key player on the Warren East football team. I love the fact that a lot of these Warren East baseball players play other sports. Torrance was a standout linebacker for the Raiders. Seemed like every time they had a big defensive play, Torrance was right around it or making the play. As he takes a strike there for his first pitch, I mentioned to Andy and Tarsha off air that, and that's going to be another nice catch by Franklin Simpson. And that'll do it for the bottom of the third, but the Raiders get a run after 3 innings. Warren East leading 6-3. We'll be right back. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
But if I haven't seen her.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
Welcome back to Warren East High School. We're about to start the top of the 4th inning. It has.
Top of the 4th for Franklin Simpson, the designated hitter, number 16, Cody Alexander.
It has not been the fastest moving game. A couple of reasons for that. There have been a lot of walks, so a lot of pitches, and there's been a lot of scoring. Raiders are leading 6-3 in the top of the 4th, and Warren East has a new pitcher on the mound. It's Micah Ford. He's a junior. And Micah is another one of those Warren East student athletes who competes in other sports as well. As you can tell, he's a right-hander. And that's a foul ball. Wow, I love learning things I can't get over. Andy was telling me that the Southfield fence was built by Wes Sanford. Wow. Yeah, and Andy said off camera, well said, a lot of lumber. That's in the ballpark. I got to tell you about this. Steve Sanders, who's not here tonight. This game was supposed to be played last night, but Steve and his wife is Laura, is a teacher at Cumberland Trace Elementary, but he said it's their youngest son Sam's birthday, and we had promised him we would have a birthday celebration dinner, and one of our big things is family comes first. Have to tell you about Steve Sanders have had the best reply, so Andy and Tarsha will appreciate this. Will Unseld, the outstanding boys basketball coach of Warren Central, if anyone has ever seen him, he's a very tall gentleman, very tall. And Andy thinks he's about 6'8", but we were live streaming their last home game of the season, and I asked Steve, I said, how tall do you think Coach Unseld is? And Steve, without hesitation, said 6 foot and a whole lot. I just love that reply. As the inning starts with a walk for Franklin Simpson.
The center fielder, number 5, Hunter Jones.
Franklin Simpson is the visiting team tonight. They're wearing the light blue, gray. They're blue with gray. Warren East is wearing light blue jersey tops with white pants. And they're going to bunt there. Good job by Ford throwing over to first. You know what I like there? He didn't hesitate. Took the out. Didn't try to get too fancy. Boom. And I might ask Tarsha how many different uniform combinations Warren East has this year, because they do a good job with okay. They've got home pinstripe uniforms, Tarsha. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
The shortstop, number 7, Brady Delk.
They have the baby blue uniforms, as Tarsha said. Okay. Okay. Four. Tarsha says they have 4 different uniform combinations. They have the sharpest uniforms of any team that I've seen in the area. They have a lot of good combinations. I don't know who gets the credit for that, but nicely done. Want to thank the leadership here at Warren East, athletics director Brandon Combs. And you know, Andy, someone that I've gotten to know, and I know he helps with baseball and softball. I believe he teaches either social studies or business at high school, Patrick White. What a great guy. What a great guy. Yep. And, of course, Principal Jonathan Vincent, who used to be the athletics director here. And that pitch a little bit outside. Also want to give a shout-out to these umpires. There's 2 of them, one behind home plate, the other working the bases. We've talked about this a lot. High school athletics needs umpires and officials in the worst way. And as fans, it's okay to disagree with them. They understand that, but we've got to respect what they're doing and appreciate what they're doing. And that pitch right there, that umpire didn't have to make a hard decision there. That was low.
The left fielder, number 2, Colton Wilson.
Is it just me, or is this game moving slowly? Yeah, moving slowly. Yeah. So anyway, yep. Steve Sanders will be back with us tomorrow. We'll be at Greenwood for the Lady Gators softball game against Davis County. Greenwood has a new head coach in softball, by the way. As that pitch is called a strike. Franklin Simpson has runners on first and second, tying run at the plate. Raiders are leading 6-3. As we mentioned, the Wildcats are coached by Matthew Wilhite. He's also the athletics director at Franklin Simpson. He was a standout athlete at WKU, so good that within the last 5 years he was inducted into the WKU Athletics Hall of Fame. I'll tell you something. He's as outgoing and charismatic as anyone you'll meet. He always has time for everybody. I know this. He has always followed high school sports very closely, high school baseball, and I know on several occasions he has been very complimentary of Coach Sanford and Coach Flippin. That pitch is outside by Micah Ford, who's in his first inning of work. We're in the top of the fourth. Warren East is leading 6-3. 1 out. The Wildcats have runners on first and second. And Colton Wilson is at bat for Franklin Simpson. It's our first live stream of the spring sports season. We had some issues here. And one thing about the spring sports season, the hospitality is great. The press boxes, and I'm not complaining, I'm just stating a fact, they're not as big as the football press boxes. And so, again, I want to appreciate and say thanks to Andy Wagner and Tarsha for letting me squeeze in here. That pitch is a little bit low. And I'm testing my memory here, but I believe, Tarsha, is your last name Hampton? Price, excuse me. Okay, I didn't know. Thank you very much, Price. Okay. I always play it safe. I don't know if a student athlete's mom or dad's last name is the same or so forth, so we got it. That is a strikeout by Micah Ford, 2 outs. I haven't seen him yet tonight, but I've been busy. But I will probably ask Tarsha Price and Andy Wagner to be my spotters. Has there been a Charles Lewis sighting yet? Yes. Okay. Okay. He's alive and kicking. Okay. Charles Lewis runs the scoreboard for football and basketball. Charles is... tell you how big of a fan he is of Warren East. He's in Warren East's Athletics Hall of Fame. And his dad, I can tell you this, to this day, is dearly remembered as one of the great school bus drivers for Warren County Public Schools. And one thing with Charles, if you run into him, there's no such thing as a 30-second walk-by conversation. He's got time for everybody. He might be the friendliest person I've ever met. Wonderful guy. And he loves his Raiders and Lady Raiders. So I'm glad he's here. I thought he would be. 37 years? All right, we have a count of 2-1. 2 outs here, 6-3 Warren East, but the Wildcats are threatening. They have runners on first and second. The tying run at the plate. Ford trying to get out of this, and it's a little bit low. As you can tell, still a little bit of daylight left, but they do have the stadium lights on here. I'm going to make a prediction. Someday I think this is going to be called West Sanford Field. That is a strike to make it 3-2. Of course, the softball diamond, and I'll look up our first softball game here. Phil Burkeen Field. We will be at Warren East for softball. Our first game will be we'll be back here on April 14th as Warren East baseball hosts Logan County. We'll be here for softball on Thursday, April 20th, as head coach Philip McKinney and the Lady Raiders will host the Lady Wildcats of Franklin Simpson, as Franklin Simpson has drawn a walk. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if Coach Flippin wears a Fitbit or not, but if he does, that thing's putting in a lot of mileage tonight. And I believe we're going to have another pitching change. So we'll keep it here. It looks like Is that Grant White? Grant White. He's a junior left-hander. So, another thing I got to give Andy a compliment on, he knows how to pick out music. He does. So here we are with the bases loaded, 6-3 Warren East in the top of the fourth inning. This game is right now going on about an hour and 25 minutes. This game was supposed to be played last night. Rain that came in played a factor on that. It was the right call because if they had played it, probably would have been about an hour in, and the rain was coming down pretty good. I don't know if they have a tarp on this field or not, but the field looks good, and they do have a tarp.
The new pitcher for Warren East, number 24, Grant White.
I was starting to say that it's the Raiders' third game of the season. They played their first two against St. Xavier, lost both of those. No shame in that because obviously St. Xavier is a powerhouse. But, yeah, to the point they were such a powerhouse that they won the state championship last year. But Coach Sanford thought that the Raiders could have played a lot better in both of those games. And even though they're ahead 6-3, he definitely sees room for improvement with this team right now. So it's the third game of the season. We haven't even reached April. And
The second baseman, number 8, Brevin Scott.
And as Andy said, Bretton Scott is batting for Franklin Simpson. He gets right up to home plate there as Grant White will make his first pitch coming into the game. And standing by my memory here, I believe this is Warren East's fourth pitcher of the game. Aiden Barrick started the game. Then Caden Morrell came in, followed by Micah Ford, and now Grant White. And that one is a pop-up, and that should get Warren East out of the inning. Nicely done there for the out, and that'll do it as Franklin Simpson threatens, but Warren East gets out of it after 3.5. Raiders leading 6-3. We'll be right back. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Prep Spin.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Tarsha, I thought
Who's not a
last
runner
name was
now?
Wise, but I always wanted to say, you never know.
I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Thank you. Okay. No problem. Okay. I thought you had a different last name. Yeah, okay.
I can't.
Have some mingy.
I've never asked you this, Tarsha. So they are.
This is a Mingy moment.
Okay.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
More to the story.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
Well, that's great. I will tell you something.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Warren East High School. We're about to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Chase Carver is getting ready to lead off this inning for the Raiders as Warren East leads Franklin Simpson 6-3. Warren East has led from the get-go. They scored 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning. there have been a lot of pitching changes, and this has not been the fastest moving game, but the right team is leading, and looking down there, it looks like we got another pitcher warming up. We'll get a beat on who that is. I can't tell who it is. As Chase Carver, Wyatt Nesbitt is warming up. Okay. As Chase Carver leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for Warren East. And Andy says that Chase is going to be playing collegiately next season at Bellarmine. He's another one. Nice young man. And another multi-sport athlete for the Raiders, as that's a foul back. Might ask for some help on the other coaches. The first base coach for Warren East, we'll give a shout out here. Okay, the assistant coaches, Todd Gentry, Doug Geldy, Justin Spears, Dalton Shoemake, and, I don't want to say this wrong. Is it Janos Briscoe? Janus Briscoe. Janus Briscoe. Okay. Okay. And it's a really good staff. They do a nice job here. That pitch is fouled back by Carver. He's getting some good cuts here. I want to thank our sponsors, Med Center Health, UK Healthcare, and Mingy Beef Jerky. Also thanks to one of my favorite people, as that's a foul tip for the strikeout.
The center fielder, number 10, Trey Price.
Okay, so Trey Price, who had an extra base hit earlier in this game, he has scored. He wears number 10. Again, he was an outstanding wide receiver this past year for the football team that went 12-1, advancing to the regional final. That's a big sweeping curveball for a strike. PrepSpin CEO and co-owner William Warfield, who's getting a well-deserved breather after being in charge of both Sweet 16 basketball tournaments, both the girls and the boys. Thanks to him for his great efforts and leadership. Price gets a good cut there, and it gets fouled back, so Trey's going to have to get into a defensive mode here at this at-bat, as he's in the hole 0-2. Playing center field tonight for Coach Sanford. And that one goes outside. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Price is no stranger to varsity action for Warren East baseball. Coach Sanford played him extensively as a freshman. Of course, was a key player and a little bit inside key player on that Raiders team last year that won the 14th district and advanced to the title game of the 4th region tournament. This year, Warren East is in the 15th district. As Price fouls it back, and he's done a nice job extending this at-bat. It's now 2-2, 6-3. Warren East leading it. They're bundled up. They're layered up. One fan, an absolutely gorgeous Belgian Malinois dog. Oh, wow. I love that breed of dog. So it's 2-2 on Trey Price with one out. That pitch is a little bit outside. Again, one of the neat things about live streaming these high school sports is you get to meet the parents or the grandparents of a lot of these student athletes. And again, I'm not just saying this because she's sitting a few feet away, but Trey's mom, Tarsha, always someone I enjoy running into. And Trey gives that a pretty good rip. That is deep. And that is gone. Oh, yeah. Goodbye, Trey Price. Tarsha, go ahead and celebrate. You deserve it. But Tarsha, being a pro, she changes the scoreboard. Boy, that center fielder, he barely moved. He knew it was gone. Wow. Trey Price ripped it. We'll double-check that. Is that his first home run of the season? It is. All right. Well, there's no doubt about that. And it's 7-3 Warren East. How about that? You got to love it. Tarsha was celebrating, and she didn't forget to change the score.
Third baseman, number 28, Drake Young.
Trey got rewarded for a great at-bat. Remember, he was in the hole 0-2. He extended it to 2-2, and then he cranked one over the center field fence as Drake Young pops out to first base. 7-3 Warren East. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've seen a lot of home runs go over the center field fence here. Yeah. Wow. And it looked like it was a high fastball, and Trey Price, there was no doubt about that.
Number 19,
Wyatt Nesbitt, who was warming up in the bullpen just a few minutes ago. That one is fouled back. 7-3, the good guys leading over the Wildcats of Franklin Simpson. Another thank you to Diana Alexander. Yep. As that's a swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2 on Wyatt Nesbitt. I'll tell you one thing. You know, these players are layered up. They're wearing batting gloves. They've got the long sleeve shirts under the uniforms, but still, it is not easy playing baseball in these conditions. It's 1-2, and it's inside to Wyatt Nesbitt. So it's 7-3 Warren East after the home run by Trey Price and swing and a miss to end the inning, but the Raiders get another run on the Price home run. After 4 innings, Warren East leading 7-3. We'll be right back. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Prep Spin.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
I mean, he was just nothing. I mean, and
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said.
he is
Well,
in the game.
I wasn't.
Yep, Drake. Yep.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
All right, welcome back to Warren East, where the Raiders are leading Franklin Simpson 7-3. So let's run down some changes right now in the lineup for Warren East. They have a new pitcher. I believe it's their fifth of the night, Wyatt Nesbitt. Drake Young has moved from third base to catcher. At third base now is Colton Edwards, and he moved from second base. And at second base is that Trevor Hudnall. Okay, there we go. So we have a new pitcher, we have a new catcher, we have a new third baseman, and a new second baseman. And Coach Sanford, as he's prone to do, he wants to see early in the season how his key guys will play at various positions. Trey Price is still out at center field after he cranked a home run over the center field fence in the bottom of the fourth inning to give the Raiders a 7-3 lead. It's the home opener for Warren East, and okay, all of these live streams are weather permitting. Tomorrow night, we will be at Greenwood for the Lady Gators softball game against Davis County. That'll start at 6 p.m. Friday, we will be at Warren Central for the Dragons baseball home contest against Caverna. That will start at 6 p.m. 28th, as the Raiders will travel to South Warren to take on the Spartans. That's a 6 o'clock start. Then on Thursday, March 30th, we'll be back at South Warren for softball as the Lady Spartans will host Russellville. That'll start at 5:30. And then 1 week from Friday, on the last day of March, the 31st, we'll be at Warren Central as the Lady Dragons will host Caverna in a softball matchup that will start at 5:30 in the evening. That'll take you through the end of March. We'll take spring break off and go from there. It's 7-3 here in this game as the ground ball is short. Up with it, the throw over, nice play, and that's an out. Nicely done. Again, we'll run down our live stream options. You can go to prepspin.com, or you can go to the PrepSpin Facebook or Twitter pages, or you can go to Roku or Fire Stick TV and look for PrepSpin there. You can go to our school district's website, warrencountyschools.org, or you can go to WBKO.com, go to the sports page, and then click on the PrepSpin link. It's all free. And in this day and age, free is good. So the count here with one out in the top of the fifth, 1-1, as the Raiders have never trailed in this game. This game, as we talked about, started at 5:30, and we're going on about an hour and 45 minutes into this game. Again, you see the camera shot here. We had to kind of improvise on that. Steve Sanders not with us tonight. He's healthy. He feels good. It's him and Laura's youngest son Sam's birthday. Family comes first, so they're taking him out to celebrate his birthday. And anyone knows Steve, he's a hard worker. And but again, family comes first. And happy birthday, Sam Sanders. All right, the count is 3-2. As this is the opening batter of this top of the fifth inning. And he has reached base, and preface this that Tarsha and Andy are both very hard workers, but they're not the official score for tonight. So I'll just bounce this off them. Is it just me, or has Franklin Simpson drawn a lot of walks in this game? I don't know the exact count, but it's up there. Yep. Franklin Simpson only has 2 hits in the game, and that should hint at the number of walks. Two of their runs have come on bases loaded walks. And that pitch goes for a strike. Again, major props to our umpires tonight. There's a pair of them, one behind home plate and the other standing right behind the pitcher's mound off to the right. You see him there in front of the second baseman. Well, I'll tell you what, he's braver than I am, but there's a line drive. Yeah. Two strikes as Wyatt Nesbitt's in his first inning of work. He's the fifth pitcher for the Raiders tonight. And they send the runner, and it's a foul ball. Warren East has had a really good sports season. Of course, we've talked about the football team, the boys basketball team, and a lot of high hopes for this baseball team this spring, as for the softball team. Of course, Coach McKinney has done a fantastic job as they get the strikeout there. So Cody Alexander's at bat now for Franklin Simpson. Coach McKinney led Warren East to back-to-back state runner-up finishes in 2018 and 2019. And he was an assistant coach to Coach Kyle Benge on the boys basketball team this past season. And not only that, this campus of Warren East has hosted a lot of district tournaments. They hosted the soccer postseason, hosted volleyball, basketball, and Andy and Tarsha will confirm this. The basketball district tournament had some great crowds, didn't they? Really great turnouts, and that's awesome. Yep. As the count now is 0-2, and Wyatt Nesbitt is one strike away from having a spotless first inning. (7-3), Warren East leading, top of the fifth inning. They play 7 innings in high school baseball, and if Warren East is able to hold on, there will not be a bottom of the seventh. We have no sunlight left, as you can see, and the lights here are working very well. This is a well-lit baseball field. I'm waiting for Andy to tell me that Coach Sanford installed the lights here as well. He's done about everything else. he's that Andy just said he works in the field constantly, and that's a nice pitch right there. So that'll do it for the top of the fifth inning. Good inning there by Wyatt Nesbitt.
Ladies and gentlemen, baseball fans, it's time for the fifth inning stretch. Stand up and stretch it out.
All right, we'll have the fifth inning stretch. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Prep Spin.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
For baseball, one umpire.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Warren East High School. Mike Clough with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. I want to give a shout out in attendance tonight, Phil Burkeen. He oversees all the umpires in the 4th Region, and he's a familiar face with Warren East High School. He was an outstanding softball coach for the Lady Raiders, to the point that the field, the softball diamond at Warren East, is named in his honor. So here we are, opening batter here in the bottom of the 5th inning. He has 2 strikes on him, and that is Colton Edwards. The Raiders scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. They've added runs, single runs, in the bottom of the 3rd and the bottom of the 4th. The big hit of the night is a solo home run by Trey Price, which well cleared over the center field fence. And Trey really got a hold of it. As the count now on Colton Edwards is 1-2. He's the opening batter, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And did they call that a strike? Okay. Yeah, okay. That was a called 3rd strike, so we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
The right fielder, number 20,
Gage Elkins, who is another member of that Warren East football team. Yep. Oh, did I need to be corrected? I thought both were on the team. Okay. Camden Elkins was on the football team. That's Gage's cousin. Boy, I thought, okay. That ball is going down the right field line, but it's going to be well foul. Yep. Okay. On deck for the Raiders will be Aiden Barrick, who started this game on the mound for Warren East. That seems like it was about 4 days ago. Franklin Simpson scored all 3 of their runs in the top of the 2nd inning. That pitch is high. It's 2-1 to Gage Elkins. Of course, again, want to congratulate the new head football coach at Warren East, Tanner Hall. They call that a strike, and the count's now 2-2. Of course, Hall was previously an assistant coach to Jeff Griffith, and the hire has gotten a big thumbs up with Raiders Nation, and it's going to be a ground out. And that's the 2nd out of the inning, so the bases are empty, as Aiden Barrick will come up for Warren East.
the designated hitter, number 3, Aiden Barrick.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Warren East leading 7-3. Mike Clough with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. I want to thank our sponsors again, Med Center Health, UK Healthcare, and Mingy Beef Jerky. I want to thank our leadership with Warren County Public Schools, Rob Clayton, the superintendent, Chief Operations Officer Jason Cupcella, and Chief Financial Officer Chris McIntyre. That's a pop-up or a fly ball to shallow left center field, and the shortstop can't come down with it, so the inning gets extended. And by looking at the flag, it looks like the wind has picked up here in the last 15 or 20 minutes. That was not an easy play.
The first baseman,
Warren East has 9 hits in the game, 7 runs as Braylon Lee, the right-handed hitter for Warren East, comes to the plate. Throw over to first, and Barrick gets back in plenty of time. Two outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Warren East with a 7-3 lead. Again, we'll be back with you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at Greenwood, as the Lady Gators will host Davis County in softball. The runner is going. The throw, it's a good one, but they can't get the tag, and he's safe. So the Raiders have a runner at second with 2 outs, and Braylon Lee will try to get him home. Get some insurance runs. As you can tell, Lee is a right-handed hitter with an open stance. Wears number 1. I'm going to double check here and count how many seniors are on this Warren East team. 1, 2, 3. There's 10. Thank you. Thank you. 10 seniors on this Warren East team. That's a sweeping curveball, and they call it a ball, and it's 3-1. Yep. So it's 3-1 to Braylon Lee. Double checking, is that Barrick down at second, or did they put in a pinch runner? Barrick, okay. Yep. So Aiden Barrick is at second. He drew a walk. No, I'm sorry, he didn't draw a walk. He reached on a fly ball that they couldn't come down with. But that fly ball is caught, and that will end the inning. So, no runs for Warren East in that inning, but they still hold a 4-run lead after 5 innings. Warren East leads Franklin Simpson 7-3. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Prep Spin.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
All right, welcome back to Warren East High School. The Raiders leading the Wildcats of Franklin Simpson 7-3 in the top of the 6th. Mike Cleff with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. This is our opening live stream of the spring sports season, as Wyatt Nesbitt begins his second inning of work. He had a scoreless top of the fifth. Again, the Raiders have never trailed in this game. They scored 5 runs in the first, added a run in the third, added a run in the fourth on a long home run over the center field fence by Trey Price. Franklin Simpson scored all 3 of its runs in the top of the second, and here we are in the top of the sixth. The leadoff batter for the Wildcats. 7-3, Warren East leading. Raiders coached by Wes Sanford. Wildcats coached by Matthew Wilhite. This game is exactly 2 hours long, and you've had pitching changes as a good strike there, and that's a called third strike by Nesbitt. Nesbitt is the Raiders' 5th pitcher in the game.
Number 7, Brady Delk.
So Brady Delk is at bat for the Wildcats. Again, want to thank the great hospitality here extended by Warren East, led by Principal Jonathan Vincent, Athletic Director Brandon Combs, and Assistant Athletic Director Patrick White. Of course, Brandon Combs used to be the boys basketball head coach at Warren East. Tell you one thing, and I mean this, the 4 athletic directors at our respective schools in this school district, Brandon Combs at Warren East, Jason Esters at Warren Central, Dan Dillingham at Greenwood, and Jeffrey Ashby at South Warren, they're all outstanding. I have great appreciation. They, as the count now, 2 strikes, they put in some long hours. Remember, I believe all 4 of them teach during the school day. And they all 4 of them do a tremendous job. I know they think very highly of each other. I mentioned Jason Esters. He's the Dragons athletic director. And again, a big congratulations to Warren Central boys basketball on capturing the state championship. As that one goes in the hole, a nice play or nice effort by the shortstop, Chase Carver, but it goes into left field for a base hit. So the Wildcats have their leadoff hitter on.
Number 2, Colton Wilson.
And it's Colton Wilson batting for the Wildcats. As Nesbitt starts this batter off with a called strike. Raiders leading 7-3. Top of the 6th, we have 1 out. Franklin Simpson has their leadoff batter on base. There's a double play ball. Over to second for 1, over to first. Oh, yeah, what a scoop. Nice job scooping the ball there by Braylon Lee, and that's how the top of the 6th ends. No runs for Franklin Simpson. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Warren East leading 7-3. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of PrepSpin.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives. It's saving lifetimes.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
This is a Mingy moment.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Welcome back to Warren East High School. Maddox Torrance leads off the bottom of the 6th for the Raiders as Warren East leads at 7-3. Warren East trying to notch their first victory of the season. It's their 3rd game of this young regular season. The Raiders will be back home tomorrow night as they will host the Purples of Bowling Green. Game scheduled to start at 5:30. Of course, again, Maddox Torrance. Now, I know he was on the football team and a very good player. Yes. As Andy said, and that's a ground ball to second. Bobbled, and but still throws over in time to get Torrance.
The shortstop, number 12, Chase Carver.
Chase Carver, the Raiders shortstop, now batting for Warren East. As Andy Wagner mentioned, one of 10 Warren East seniors on this baseball team. Senior night at this baseball park is going to be something else when they honor these seniors. Yep. Bottom of the 6th. Warren East leading, and Chase Carver hit by the pitch. Obviously not thrown at him. It was an off-speed pitch that didn't break as much as he wanted, and Carver is on base with 1 out, and here comes Trey Price. Last time he was up, he blasted a home run over the center field fence.
The center fielder, number 10, Trey Price.
Price is a right-handed hitter, as you can see. And again, what was impressive about that home run is he started in an 0-2 hole and battled back and extended the at-bat and then took a high fastball and drilled it over the center field fence, which is listed as a distance of 365. That pickoff throw gets away, and Carver gets up and heads to second base. They're telling him to go to third. Yep, he's headed to third. He's in safely. So Chase Carver's at third base, excuse me, with 1 out. I'll go ahead and ask Tarsha this. I don't think I ever have. Is baseball Trey's favorite sport? Or does he like football more? Okay, I like that answer. Tarsha said it depends on the season. Well, Trey's going to have some options to play college athletics. No question about that. That pitch is inside, so it's 1-0 to Trey Price. He's a junior. Again, he's a wide receiver on the football team. One of quarterback Dane Parsley's favorite targets. Speaking of Dane Parsley, he's on this baseball team. We have not seen him tonight, though. He's a sophomore. And I'll tell you something. The season he had as the quarterback for the Raiders, I don't know what his final statistics were, but I'll match him up against anyone. Man, he had some kind of a season. That ball stays in play. And look, he tags up and scores. What an alert play by Chase Carver. The ball was caught in foul territory just on the other side of the Warren East dugout. Carver tagged up, and it's 8-3. Great baseball there by Chase Carver. And you know something? That's a great point. You know, that was Trey Price who fouled out to first, and he gets an RBI. He'll take it. You know what? It's the same number of RBIs that he got on the home run. So think about that. He gets an RBI on a ball that's well over 365 feet, and what was that foul ball hit, about 50 feet? Same result, an RBI. But heads up by Chase Carver. The count here, 2-0 to Drake Young. Yep. Of course, Drake's sister, Emma, was an outstanding softball player at Warren East for Coach McKinney. I mentioned before Drake and Emma's grandfather, Philip Young. I work with him. Philip is a special needs bus driver for Warren County Public Schools, and just a wonderful man. Really good family. Drake's going to go on and play college baseball at Lindsey Wilson. And Lindsey Wilson's getting a good one. That one is a ball, and so Drake Young walks. Yeah. So here we go with 2 outs.
Number 19, Wyatt Nesbitt.
And Wyatt Nesbitt is at bat. And Wes Sanford has a designated pinch runner there. There's.
The courtesy runner at first base for Warren East, number 16, Dane Parsley.
There he is. So you mentioned Dane Parsley. He's in the game now as a pinch runner, or they call it the courtesy runner. That ball is foul. Andy, have you ever seen a quarterback have the kind of season Dane Parsley had? Yep. And I think what says a lot about Dane Parsley, their last game of the season, Dane Parsley took a beating. I mean, he just got pummeled by the opposing defense, and he would not come out of the game. He would not until finally the coaches said, you know, take a seat. He didn't want to come out. Not only is he talented, he is one tough guy. As there's a stolen base there by Dane Parsley. I mentioned Chase Carver, who scored there. Are Chase and Sam related? Sam on the girls' basketball brother, sister. I want to mention girls' basketball. Congratulations to Reagan Lawson, who signed a letter of intent to play college basketball at Brescia University. Thing I always remember about the Lawson sisters, they're all named after presidents. Reagan, Kennedy, and Madison. There's a fly ball to left center. And it's going to, that carried quite a bit, and that's going to be another run. Is it just me, or is the ball carrying more than, yep. Okay, there you go. And that is a double. Parsley scores.
Number 17, Colton Edwards.
9-3. And Andy and Tarsha have seen it enough. Unlike with other sports, there's no clock in baseball. Who do we have here? This is Brendan Bratcher.
The runner at second base for Warren East, number 5, Brendan Bratcher.
You can never have enough runs. There's no clock. And Franklin Simpson's guaranteed of another inning of at-bats. So Brendan Bratcher's at second with 2 outs, and that first pitch is inside. Colton Edwards at bat. If he gets on base, Gage Elkins will be at the plate. That's a slow bouncer to the first base side, and the pitcher fields it and gets the out, and that'll do it for the bottom of the sixth. But Warren East gets a couple of more runs, and after 6, the Raiders lead 9-3. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network, courtesy of Prep Spin. I'll be honest.
Don't forget to pack 5 pairs of clean underwear.
Okay, Mom.
Yep, I couldn't see the ouch. Yeah.
What's wrong with these? I think we're gonna need a bigger suitcase.
This is a Mingy moment.
Girls like you aren't runners, they said. Well, I wasn't.
Let's go ahead and get some pictures of that knee, okay?
6 months, down the drain. Give up
Keep the rhythm going.
or
Perfect.
get up.
Looks good. Good, we're gonna take it up.
Who's not a runner now? I am proof of the power of advanced medicine.
Okay.
I can't.
Have some Mingy.
Yeah.
This is a Mingy moment.
Kids deserve the space to grow, to play, to explore. And if they get sick or hurt, they deserve a hospital devoted to them. This is our promise, the most advanced care possible, with doctors, nurses, therapists, and surgeons who specialize in getting kids back to simply being kids again. We are UK Healthcare's Kentucky Children's Hospital. And for us, the power of advanced medicine is more than saving lives, it's saving lifetimes.
Welcome back to Warren East High School, where the Raiders are 3 outs away from notching their first win of the season, and hopefully the first of many, many wins this season. As Warren East has scored 5 runs in the first inning, 1 in the third inning, 1 in the fourth, and then most recently 2 in the 6th inning. Trey Price has homered for the Raiders as Warren East leads 9-3. And that is one that's hit deep to left. That's going to be trouble. That's a lot of trouble. That's a home run. That is a home run. And that was by Griff Banton. And no doubt about it, this ball is carrying. The wind is blowing out now. And Banton got a hold of it. And it's a solo home run. And it's 9-4. So Wyatt Nesbitt, who's in his third inning of work.
Number 8, Revan Scott.
Okay. Well, what Nesbitt needs to think about now is he still has a 5-run lead. And it's a called strike. Mike Clough with the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network will be at Greenwood tomorrow. Lady Gators softball hosting Davis County at 6 p.m. Steve Sanders will be back with us. Steve and his lovely wife Laura celebrating their youngest son Sam's birthday tonight. He originally was going to be here for this game, which was originally scheduled for Tuesday, but weather pushed it back. I'll tell you what, I need to get the 2 words stitched into my memory banks, weather permitting, because that's the theme of the spring sports season. So the count 1 and 2 here is Wyatt Nesbitt, definitely been the Raiders' best pitcher of the night. They've had 5 of them. The count's 2 and 2. Franklin Simpson led off the inning with a home run by Griff Benton. It's 9-4. The Raiders are leading. And that one is a playable one. That's Chase Carver. Nicely done. Over to first for the out. And that's the first out of the inning. So Warren East is 2 outs away from wrapping this up. A lot of the fans have been bundled up and sticking around. And I'll tell you one thing, Warren East, they get great support from their fans. They always have good turnouts. Yep. And they've definitely braved the elements out here. Again, when the sun goes down, it gets even, it just feels 15, 20 degrees colder. And I couldn't tell you the last time I was out here and it was calm. It usually just seems like it's windy. But love coming out here. All the facilities here, so nice. Easy to get to. Remember when I first moved here, they were finishing up the new field at Jim Ross Field. They were also renovating the high school gymnasium. My first year here, the volleyball team was playing at the middle school. That's a strikeout for Wyatt Nesbitt, so he responds nicely. 2 outs. We're down to our final out.
Number 15, Hayden Satterley.
And the first pitch is a ball. So Warren East leading 9-4. It's now 2-0. Again, the thing that those insurance runs mean a lot, despite that leadoff home run. Warren East still has a 5-run lead. As that's a strike right there. It's 2-1. One thing I like about this Warren East baseball team, one of many things, the players who aren't in the game, they're always engaged in the dugout, and this should do it. And that's your last out. That's a winner.
Our final score, Warren East 9, Franklin Simpson 4. We ask a favor of you tonight as you're leaving the ballpark. If you have any trash from your concessions this evening, we ask that you pick up your trash and dispose of it in the trash cans on your way out and help us keep Raider Ballpark clean. We thank you for support on that. The Raiders will be back in action at home again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. hosting the Bowling Green Purples. We hope you'll be here for the first pitch at 5:30. Warren East and Bowling Green at Raider Ballpark tomorrow. Warren East High School appreciates your support of high school sports in Kentucky. Have a safe trip home and good night, everyone.
Want to give Andy Wagner a chance to say the goodbye messages there as Warren East wins at 9-4, as he mentioned. The Raiders